Hello everyone! So in this video I'll be doing my first ever book review. I did not too long ago have an individual come on my channel and ask me to do a book review for a book he wrote, and here it is. So this is Fix Fear by the artist known as SIC ILL, aka Demetrius C. Jackson. He wrote this as a way for people to try and, kind of process through different feelings or fears, as he calls them, which is a very valid way of looking at it, because sometimes people fear being angry or fear the way they act when they're angry, or when they're fully immersed in the feeling at that moment. People can tend to overreact, or things like that. So this book, it focuses on people's feelings and behaviors that someone can take when they're in the moment, like I said, or immersed in that certain emotion. SIC ILL's book focuses on 12 different emotions specifically. They are blame, envy, helplessness, impatience, jealousy, pain, paranoia, anger, self-pity, revenge or vengeance, and worry. So they are 12 very big emotions that people face on a day-to-day basis. Some people handle it better than others, and some people are like me. I have some crazy mood swings that, is coupled with my past and the depression and the different disorders that I'm diagnosed with. So things like helplessness, I'd say worry, and self-pity and anger, things of those nature, I really do tend to kind of cycle back to, especially when I'm in a downward spiral. I'm not so much one for vengeance or revenge. I haven't really ever felt that way. I don't suffer from jealousy, but I like that all these things are in here because a lot of people suffer from a lot of different things. So a little bit of that's what this book has. I know that when I did my research for what is required in a review of someone's book, you give the title, the author's name, and a little bit of what it's about without giving too much away. So there's that. That's what it's about. And then you give like a critique, of the book's strengths, of its weaknesses, things like that. So the strengths of this book, there's many. I really, really liked the way the material is expressed and format in the layout of this book. As in, SIC ILL begins each emotion section with a short story about that emotion, kind of like an example of, somebody in the moment, what they feel, how they're expressing it, what they may or may not do in that situation. Then gives a definition of that particular fear or emotion. Then it's followed by the cure of that fear. So it looks kind of like this. So it's like emotion, whether it be blame or whatever, then it's short story, definition, and cure. And the cure section of the fear, there are some very helpful things listed within that section. One quote I really liked from this was, cure. Blaming takes away value. So give value by using the appropriate praise. That's found on page 4 by SIC ILL in the book Fix Fear. So that's really cool. I never really thought about that for blame. So it's little tidbits of information like that that he is referring to as cures. So it's different ways of being able to combat somebody blaming you or you blaming things. Instead of doing that, do this. And I thought that was very nice. So it's not like a cure of, oh, you do this one time and blame goes away completely, or paranoia goes away 100%. No, it's a process. It's a step-by-step way of like, you do this over and over again and it changes your outlook. And I really agree with it. I like that. The weaknesses of this book, there's not many. I would say one is, you can tell it's pretty thin. This could have been maybe the first publishing by this author. Regardless, it's still really good. It's simple. It's easy to take with you. You can fit it in your purse, fit it in a backpack, and it's just a nice way to just kind of have a go-to quick, okay, I'm feeling this, let me look it over. Let me see what I need to be, thinking, or maybe change my way of looking at it. But that being said, it's not 100% completely grammatically correct. I did find a couple of, wording, errors, a few misspelled words, a couple of spacing issues, a couple of, not everything's quite, the I's aren't dotted and the T's crossed, so to speak. However, not a big deal. That's in a lot of books, so no worries. The only other thing is that SIC ILL refers to this as a 12-step plan that can be easily accessed. Easily accessed is absolutely true. Like I just said, it's really thin. You can take it anywhere, and there's a few pages. I think it's like maybe 20 pages. You can just look through and be like, okay, this is what I need. Read the page or two, and bada bing, bada boom. But when I thought of 12-step process, I thought of things like, kind of like the 5 steps to grief, or 5 steps of grieving, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, that's what I thought of. But this really isn't a 12-step. It's not like step 1, blame, step 2, vengeance, step 3, jealousy. It's more of like a 12 fears that guide of processing, or something like that, like a guide, a 12 fears guide. Oh, I like that. So maybe like refer to it a little differently, because it's more like you have your fear and you've got your little, few couple of pages on it, and then you have another fear, and then you have another fear, and then you have another fear. They don't coincide step by step. Like, you don't feel one right after the other in that order. So that was my only other critique. But overall, I definitely recommend this book to anyone who has trouble either expressing emotions, or if they overexpress or react, or things like me. I'm kind of here or here, and when I have an emotion, and so this is kind of good. I think anybody who, like I said, that this would be good for you. And once you figure out how he's kind of written it, then the order makes sense. Like, I was looking for chapters in this, but there aren't really chapters. He's got like a square that has the feeling in pixelate, the fear in it's like pixelated. That's the start to a new section. Every time you see that, then it goes through. But so it's really good. Hope you guys liked this review. Hopefully I did it pretty okay. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, click the like, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Click that notification bell, because I do readings and other things, and you'll get them. So thanks. That's all for now. I hope you liked it, SIC ILL. Let me know in the comments. All right. Bye.